This is Chris Guzman with your weekly Thursday night injection of boxing talk, updates, and all-out arguments. This is your Bolo Punch Boxing Hour, brought to you by George Rogie Insurance. It is Thursday night, August the 13th, 2009. We are live from Leg Up Production Studios, Hobart, Indiana, just outside of Chicago, Illinois. Emil Slota-Popinski Kagabine on my right. Mo, what is going on with you?
Not much, man. My back's a little sore. My hands got blisters on them. I had to shovel some mulch today. I know there's all kinds of jokes going on right now on the message board. But, yeah, Timmy
your
and I...
hands have blisters, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, from shoveling mulch. We put the big play set in. Actually, I didn't put it in. The guys came in. They put it up in 2 hours.
The guys that worked did?
No, the guys that actually work at the place where I bought it.
Oh, okay, all right.
If I would have put it up, it would have probably took me 2 days.
It'd still be there, yeah. It'd still be in the box.
I'd be going, what are these balls for?
Those are extra, Mo. Those are extra. You don't need those. They always send you extras.
They did it in 2 hours, though. It's ridiculous. I know it would have... I mean, I would be out there looking at a board going, where does this go?
Pulling out the big old map. This is in Japanese.
But, yeah, they flew through, and then we put the mulch in today, so the playground's all set up. I can check that off my honey-do list.
Oh, there you go.
But, you know, I check one thing off, and before I even get out of the yard, she's already got something else. She wants to build a garage, so we got to figure out.
Ooh.
I'm not building that. It's going to be another thing.
You have an attached garage.
Yeah, we want to build a second garage now. For all the stuff.
For all these cars that you have? You only have 2 cars.
Well, the problem is we got all the
stuff. That kid's not driving yet.
Just like every other American, all your stuff's in your garage.
Yeah,
There's no place to park your car.
Yeah, I got no room to be putting a new garage, so I know what you're saying. Timmy, the producer Patterson over there at the controls. Timmy, what's going on in your world, and how can our listeners get in touch tonight?
Not a lot going on in my world. Little man's doing good. Life is good. Work sucks. What else is new? We do already have a request, though, Chris. You got to take the damn hat off, man. They say vacation is over with, man. I told you vacation's over with. You got to take the hat off.
The hat is on because vacation is not over with yet. I'm wearing this loud-ass shirt, too. That's a hoppy beer. Good God. Actually, tonight, I just cracked open a very special beer, Stone 13th Anniversary Ale. So, for all you hopheads out there.
What is this one here?
That is most definitely a hoppy beer. I will have to let you know how that goes. Earlier we had some Left Hand Brewing Company Oktoberfest.
I'm still finishing mine, actually.
Oktoberfest is my favorite style of beer. It comes in usually late July or no. You got to get reared up, geared up for it. They started in late July, early August. It's just hitting shelves right around now, and we're getting close to my. Oktoberfest is my favorite style. My second favorite would be the pumpkin ales, which is also coming up this time of year. So, cannot wait. It's good to be back. It's good to be back in the seat, back behind the desk here and by the paintings and whatnot in this room. Had a good time in Florida. Had a week in Orlando and then 1 week in Key West, both of Florida. Did some snorkeling. Did some jet skiing, a lot of good fresh seafood, a lot of drinking. Best steak of my life. Did the Disney thing. Just had 2 weeks of awesome. And then I come back to a dog that dumps on the floor, mowing lawns and just garbage. And now I've got a school year starting up next week, so. This is the time of year where I complain the most. It's my favorite time for beer, but it's my least favorite.
How long until you got to go back to school?
I've got to start Monday. It's just meetings, and then we have kids on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I go back to working class in 4 days. 4 days and counting. So, and no, I am not going to take the hat off. I doubt anyone even said that.
Oh, it was said.
No, Timmy said it a while ago.
No, it was said.
No one said that. They like my hat. They're jealous.
Right there. I didn't say anything about it right there. It says, tell Chris to lose the hat. LOL. Vacation is over.
Pete, relax. Keep your jealousy in check, my friend. So remember about a month ago, we reported here on Bolo Punch that there was a meeting of the minds. There were about 10 to 12, maybe even as many as 15 promoters all at a meeting. And they were all going to sign this big old agreement that it was going to be clean cut, if this is my fighter, you're not going to mess with them, and I'm not going to mess with your fighters, and we can co-promote things, and everything's going to go smooth. Well, of all the guys that signed it, who do you think is the first one to make himself pretty much a liar and completely go against what he signed his name to?
I would assume Don King, but Don King sign this?
Don King did sign it. Don King wasn't physically there, but it was like mailed to him afterwards, and he signed it, stating that he was going to be cool and not do anything shady. And it took, 30 days? A whole 30 days he went back on his word, and he went ahead. And when Dino Duva and James De La Rosa, an undefeated welterweight, James De La Rosa, 19-0, 12 knockouts. The second, De La Rosa and Dino Duva, his promoter, started having a couple of problems. De La Rosa comes up missing for about a week, and out of nowhere,
only in America.
now he's signed on with Don King. It's like, well, what do you know? He resurfaces under the canopy of Don King, and Dino Duva is ready to blow a gasket. And can you really be upset? I mean, can you really be surprised that he's mad?
And the thing is, though, is pretty much everybody that fights for Don King is happy. I mean, in the past, people have said that they weren't happy with him. Tyson said he wasn't happy with him, I guess, or it was led to believe that Tyson wasn't happy with him. I don't know if that's all true. Foreman said he wouldn't fight for him, but I mean, if you talk to the Spinks boys, he's the best thing since sliced bread. I mean, there's a couple other fighters. You know, Spinks guys are the ones that really come to mind.
Larry Holmes loved him.
Yeah,
Larry Holmes loved him.
But there's a couple guys that really loved him that I've talked to. Most people do.
Yeah.
You know, that work under him. He makes them a lot of money. He knows how the fight business is ran.
He knows how to do the job, but his tactics are shady.
Yeah.
His tactics, how he gets things done behind the scenes, it's not cool. It's not cool because you're hurting a lot of people. But hey, whatever. That's what he wants to do. So yeah, Dino Duva is really pissed. And Don King is smiling ear to ear like he always is. They've sort of announced, question mark, maybe not, that two of my favorite fighters on the planet, Kelly Pavlik and Paul Williams, are going to be fighting on possibly October the 3rd. Between them, they have 2 losses.
Well, they are going to be fighting. It's just the dates. The
date is the question. I believe it's going to be set for October the 3rd. The date is still up in the air, though. But that's pretty close. To be wondering about the date, I mean, if we're talking about January, I could see them toying with the date. But 2 months from now, that's sort of
and
strange.
The thing that I love about this fight is it's 2 guys that aren't really worried about getting hit. They're more worried about how many punches they can get in.
Oof.
You know, they let people hit them. I mean,
Pavlik's going to be in there with someone who throws more punches per round than he does, too.
But in the same effect, Williams is going to be in there that throws with somebody that throws harder than what he throws.
Throws harder than he's used to being hit with, too.
Yeah.
Yes, which I think is more important than how hard you hit. How many hits can you take, to steal a line from Rocky VI? But that's interesting, and we'll have plenty of time to break that fight down. And the last thing we'll talk about real quick is Lucian Bute against Librado Andrade, their rematch that Andrade still believes he should have won.
He just got, at the end of the fight, he got caught.
Well, Bute got caught at the end. Andrade was losing that entire fight. And I don't know, very
barely made it out of the fight.
Yeah,
that's
very controversial. Bute was done. Talk about out on your feet. He won the whole fight, got to the 12th round, and is done. I mean, he's done. Andrade's just tearing him up, and the referee, jumps in the middle, and I forget exactly how it ended, but Bute walked away, still the champion, still undefeated.
And Andrade, since then, Andrade's been calling him out every fight. Yeah. I mean, they're both from, I believe, Canada.
Well, they both fight out of Canada.
Yeah, so they're at each other's fights all the time.
Yeah.
So they're calling each other out all the time. This fight's been building for a while.
Yes, it has, and we'll be covering that as that comes up. Let's go ahead and take our first break of the night. This is your Bolo Punch.